Great British Bake Off host Prue Leith is the kind of lady that you just can't pigeonhole. The veteran chef took over from a long-running host Mary Berry when the show transferred to Channel 4 from the BBC. And the feisty food writer sure has had a life filled with intriguing plot lines. For starters, Prue says that she doesn't actually live with her husband, but rather enjoys them having their own homes. And that's just for starters. Here's everything you need to know about Prue as we get ready for a new series of Bake Off. Prue with fellow hosts Paul Hollywood and Nola Fielding. Image, Channel 4. Who is Prue Leith? Prue was born in South Africa in 1940. She dropped out of university in Cape Town, after failing to commit to courses in drama, fine art, architecture and French. She then went to France to study French, but ended up falling in love with cooking, moving to London and learning to be a chef at the Cordon Bleu Culinary School. She then began a catering business offering business lunches. She recently revealed the kooky place she used to keep her lobsters when she worked out of her bedsit in her humble beginnings. Prue told Hello magazine, "I used to keep lobsters in the bath, when I wasn't washing lettuces or meat in it." Her years in Paris were far from mundane, and she has told how she attended an organized orgy when she lived in France. She revealed she was at first anxious to remove her clothes but eventually convinced herself to parade around stalkers, but didn't engage in any sex acts. She wrote in her 2012 autobiography, "Relish, I spent the next 2 hours walking purposefully from room to room, trying to look as if I had a sexual tryst arranged in the next room or was on my way to the bar or the loo, and avoiding the men patrolling the party." Prue, Paul, Noel and Sandy on the show. Image, Channel 4. In 1969 she opened Leith's, a Michelin-starred restaurant in Notting Hill, which she owned until 1995. She set up the Leith School of Food and Wine in 1974, which has been a training ground for other celeb chefs including Lorraine Pascal. She has been recognized for her contributions to the world of cookery and was appointed a Nobel in 1989 and then a CBE in 2010. She has written cookbooks including Leith's How to Cook and Leith's Techniques Bible. However, she has also ventured into fiction, having written the Food of Love trilogy. On TV, Prue was a presenter on the BBC's Great British Menu between 2006 and 2008. She has also popped up on cooking shows including Saturday Kitchen, Master Chef and Ready, Steady Cook. In 2016 it was announced that Prue would be replacing Mary Berry as a judge on the Great British Bake Off when the show made its controversial jump from the BBC to Channel 4. Prue was officially made Chancellor of Queen Margaret University in 2017. Image, SWNS.com. Is she married and who is her husband? Prue has been married twice. Her first marriage began as an exciting love affair when she was 21. She began dating a man 20 years her senior, the husband of her mother's friend, South African author Rain Kruger. She wrote in her autobiography that she fell completely, thunderously and irredeemably in love with the author and that they experimented with drugs together, including LSD, but was left distressed after hallucinating on drugs. She hinted she felt guilty over the affair with Rain while he was married to actress Nan Monroe, saying, "Somehow I managed to persuade myself that what we were doing was nothing to do with anyone else. It was the age-old excuse of all adulterers. I couldn't help it." They married in 1974, 13 years after beginning their affair, and adopted 2 children, daughter Lida and son Daniel, who went on to work as a speechwriter and advisor to former Prime Minister David Cameron. Rain sadly died in 2002, but Prue found love again with pianist Sir Ernest Hall. He suffered from bipolar disorder and his behavior brought about the end of their relationship. She met her second husband, fashion designer John Playfair, in 2011 when she was 74. Unbeknown to her, he'd lived in the next village to hers in the Cotswolds for the last 18 years. They met at a friend's house, and struck up a relationship after suggesting they walk their dogs together. Prue is happily married to John Playfair, although they live separately. Image, Rex features, how to visit the gorgeous Welford Park location of the GBBO filming tent. They tied the knot in October 2016, but their living arrangement aren't the usual setup. She lives in a stunning 8-bedroom Jacobean house, and John has his own residence. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's Woman's House in 2016, she said, "He does all his ironing and he cleans his shoes there and he keeps all his gear there. And I tell you what, it's the ideal thing. What you want, and what I get, is him without his clobber and without the responsibility of looking after his laundry or sewing on his buttons." What was Prue's Bake Off 2017 final Twitter blunder? Prue was forced to make a groveling apology in 2017, when she accidentally tweeted out the name of the winner of Bake Off hours before the final aired. The blunder, in her first series hosting the show, left fans fuming. She later revealed that she had thought that the final had already aired, after getting confused over the time zones while abroad in Bhutan, South Asia. Prue wrote, "I am so sorry to the fans of the show for my mistake this morning. I am in a different time zone and mortified by my error." 2017, Image, Channel 4. What is Prue Leith's net worth? Prue is reported to have a net worth of around £1 million, after making a fortune through her cookery school, books and TV appearances. She earns £200,000 per series of Bake Off, according to The Sun.